Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Russell. Welcome to Chaotic Comics, and today we're going to be doing a new segment called Villain's Victory. Has a villain's motivations ever been interesting to think about? Have you ever wondered what would have happened had the hero failed and the repercussions were fully met? We're stepping outside of traditional plot structure and talking about the reality of what could happen when the hero fails to stop the villain from seeking their villainous wrath. We'll be focusing on stories where the villain's ultimate goal piques our interest and makes us do research and think critically to come to a series of possible outcomes. So the first one of those stories is going to be The Killing Joke, which was written by Alan Moore and it was released in 1988. We're all comic fans, we all know The Killing Joke, but in case you don't and you're dumb, here's what happened. So The Killing Joke centers in on the character of the Joker and shows us a parallel between his origin, at least one of his many possible origins, and his latest scheme against the Bat family, namely Commissioner Gordon. He spends his time acquiring an abandoned carnival, then proceeds to cripple Barbara Gordon in that famous shot, and he shoots her through the spine. His goal is finally addressed when he kidnaps Commissioner Gordon and tortures him psychologically in an attempt to drive him mad. He uses pictures he took of Barbara after shooting her as a final push to drive Gordon over the edge. The Joker ultimately fails at the hands of Batman, however, and Gordon is brought to safety, of course rattled by what happened at the Joker's hands, and it leaves you to wonder what could have happened had it been driven a bit further. So what we did was we looked into different Jim Gordons from alternate Earths, and though we found some pretty cool ones like Boss Gordon in Earth 2 and Zombie Gordon in Earth 8, we couldn't find him in the form of a deranged criminal, or anything that questioned his psyche, aside from being a mob boss, which wasn't what we were really looking for. So this one can't really pull inspiration from anything too much. If there's one thing we can look to, it's Gordon's alcoholism in certain forms of media, though it isn't addressed too much in Prime Earth. Let's see if we can make a few predictions anyway. So one of the major changes that could have occurred after the incident is, of course, his resignation from the GCPD. Being part of the police can be stressful, dangerous, and can certainly get you into situations like this, especially if you work in Gotham. Though the Joker has threatened Batman in very personal ways before, this could be a professional change that makes Batman's job harder, such as in The Dark Knight Returns when Captain Yandel took over. He can't fall back on Gordon anymore. We all know what happened with Harvey. That wasn't very good for Batman. If this was to happen, it would probably involve Gordon's depression more than insanity, though. He turned to the pint and never fully regained his life. With Barbara in a wheelchair, he's got plenty of blame to throw on himself and would delve into a life of sorrow and seclusion, while neglecting to serve Gotham while it grows progressively worse as a rotting crime state. So another outcome for Gordon is to have absolutely no regard for the Joker's life or what happens to Joker. So as we know, Jim is often the more practical character when sided with Batman, but Gordon could become a killer set on murdering the Joker for revenge. This doesn't seem too far-fetched, as it seems surprising when first reading the book to find that Gordon still respected Joker's rights and put himself above the Joker after recovering. Depending on how you view the GCPD and Gotham's corruption as a whole, he may lose his job or go to prison, but it's not guaranteed. There have been tons of crooked cops in Gotham, and while some could say Gordon would only kill the Joker, others might say it could evoke a moral change in Gordon. Batman's mentality states that once you kill, you can never go back from it, and Gordon has agreed with this on several occasions. So you never know if Boss Gordon could really happen, or something much, much darker and worse. Finally, the last, and probably the most obvious of the Killing Joke would be Gordon's turn to insanity. Joker's ultimate goal was to drive Gordon mad, and he put up a valiant effort in doing so. Gordon could lose his mind in killing the Joker, and Batman would most likely be very lenient in an effort to bring Gordon back. After all, Gordon was Batman's friend, and he would try anything to save him. We know this. He wouldn't want to lose Gordon like he lost Harvey, and a big aspect of Batman's regret toward Harvey was that he wasn't open and honest with him. Batman took the blame for Harvey's transformation because maybe if he had shared his secret identity with Harvey, he wouldn't have pushed himself so hard. Harvey would have trusted Bruce to fall back on when he hit hard times. So Bruce would most definitely open himself up to Gordon in an effort to keep him sane and away from doing something dangerous. Now, if this would help Gordon or hurt Batman is all conditional depending on how far Gordon has gone. If Batman was desperate enough to save Gordon from Arkham, he could endanger those at Gordon's mercy, including Batman himself, or maybe even Barbara. If one thing could be applied to all these outcomes, it would be that if Joker hurt Gordon permanently, in addition to his daughter, it would be that much easier for Batman to kill him. We know this takes place much later than the Killing Joke, but in Hush, Gordon was the one who pulled Batman back from killing the Joker. At times, Gordon is the better man between them, and the thought that Gordon has the heart to keep the Joker alive while the Joker ruins Gordon could definitely make Batman second guess his morals and try to kill the Joker once and for all. Please subscribe and let us know what you think.